Cincinnati, you now have clearance. We're go for landing. Sterling Construction's Exxon TV is now on the air. Here's your host, Sasha.
Hey guys, welcome to another great episode of Exxon TV. We have so many exclusive interviews for you tonight, it's not even funny. First up, I talked to the boys of Warrant. We've got Sean taking us up to Teak and Mount Adams. Don sits down with Jimmy Amatuli, who's becoming a regular on the show, and Chip Werner to talk about Black Mass. We've got Steve taking us up to Buckman D&D Harley Davidson, and we've got Chris talking to Roger Ruffin. It's all coming at you right now, Sterling Construction's Exxon TV. I am here with legendary Warrant. I've got Jerry Dixon here. I've got Robert over here, and I'm just in shock. And we're super pumped. Thanks for coming on Exxon TV, guys.
3D, yes. 9D.
You guys, can I tell you, I grew up listening to Heaven, and of course, Cherry Pie. I know everybody always tells you that, but this is huge for me right now.
Are you all right?
I'm all right. Let's talk about the 25th anniversary of Cherry Pie. Just happened September 11th.
Yeah, we just kind of put that math together, and we were like, wow, that's weird.
Wow.
You know?
That was a huge record.
It was like a weird day, but then it was like 25 years, you know.
Everybody at the, they were really cool, and it made a nice moment to kind of point that out. And I know I was a fan first, so it was a huge deal for me too.
So cool. What's it like touring over 30 years? I mean, you've been doing this a long time.
My ass hurts.
Okay.
Really. Flying, No, it's, you know what, we're blessed to be able to keep doing it. And it seems like lately it's getting bigger and bigger, kind of gone full circle and back. We're going back up the mountain again, so.
Do you see generations coming to your shows? I'm sure you do.
Yeah, we get all kinds of age groups, parents with their kids. And, it's just, I think we were fortunate enough to be a part of a genre that, that's people are realizing special. It's not like music now.
It takes me back to no responsibilities and just having a good time.
God, that's like every night for me, pretty much.
There you go. That's nice. So tell me, you were a fan first.
Yeah, Sasha, I just want to talk about your damn shoes.
Thank you. I'm getting compliments. I've gotten a lot of looks. They're pink boots. Yeah, we've got footage of this. Thank you.
My thing, but they look great on you. So.
Thank you so much.
Robert, you could rock those, dude.
If I had a coat to match, I could be in a country band. Get one of those nudie suits made up.
Yeah, okay. Let's get back to your new stuff. Talk to me about your new album.
Well, we had a record called Rockaholic, came out a couple of years ago, so we play a couple of songs from that in our live set. And after the summer stops being crazy, and it's not going to stop for about a month or two, we're going to woodshed and put songs together for a new record for next year.
Wonderful. What songs do you like performing when you're out there? Do you get tired of any, or
Jerry, what songs do you like?
Stop! This is my turn.
I like Uncle Tom's Cabin. Cherry Pie's always cool.
Yeah.
The hits it's weird. Like the songs that nobody's heard are the best, and then the most popular ones are the best.
Wow.
Those, because the newer ones are fun to play.
Right.
And the hits are fun to play because people go crazy.
Oh, they're going to go crazy. And they're already in line ready to meet you guys going crazy. They hate me right now. So let's wrap it up. Give me an Exxon TV. I'm here with Warrant, Exxon TV.
Exxon TV! With an X. With that healthy people.
When the stars shine. High heel boots and dresses just a little tight. Singing, laughing, 'cause all the drinks tonight. Help me to make this time slow down a little while. Show me that smile, kisses for right now. You're just helping the stars shine. You just give me that moon show so we can
Hi, I'm Clinton Fields with Sterling Construction, and this is your tip of the week. Hi guys, today I want to talk to you about ladder safety and how to choose the right proper setup if you're cleaning your gutters or getting on the roof. Sometimes if you're not at the right level, you're not high enough, you could fall off, which could cost thousands in medical expenses. Now after you've transformed this step ladder into a ladder, you need to make sure it's properly safe and secure. Now the way you figure that out is you put your feet at the base of the ladder and you should be easily able to touch the rung at that angle and that degree. And furthermore, once you have the ladder up on the roof, you should have at least 3 rungs past the edge of the roof line. Folks, that was your safety tip of the week, brought to you by Sterling Construction.
I have the opportunity to have the true businessman's lunch today with Chanaka, the owner of Teak Cuisine and Sushi right here in Mount Adam. Chanaka, that was a delicious lunch here at Teak Thai Cuisine and Sushi. It's just an unbelievable environment. I love this outdoor patio. And so Teak is all new. Tell me about what's so exciting with the new happy hour.
It's mainly for the bar. So we have a lot of good food. So we are trying to add a lot of drink specials for daily to go with the Thai dinner and the sushi.
Absolutely, and I know that they have tremendous food. I just experienced it, and you've been voted the best Asian food in Cincinnati for the last 15 years. That's extraordinary.
Yeah, it is. Thanks to my staff who's been here a long time. Teak's been here for 26 years.
Wow.
Most of the staff in the kitchen especially been here with me a long time, so that helps. They know what they're doing. For example, our most popular dish, Pad Thai, it's made by the same person for over 20 years.
Oh, we had that today and it was wonderful. That's amazing. The same person has been crafting that dish for 20 years?
Yes.
That's unbelievable.
I think the main thing, we do a lot of little things right with the ingredients. Best example I can give you, lime juice is a major part of Thai cooking.
Wow.
We never buy bottled lime every morning. We squeeze fresh lime, just an example. So all those little things I think help to keep the food right and consistent.
Well, that's right, and it's the little things that matter. The environment here is so inviting. I love this outdoor patio. You know, we took a little break after lunch, but it was so busy today, and that's the case every day. I know business people love coming to Teak, but there's a really great environment here at night. You know, tell me about a typical date experience at Teak, because I know it's very popular.
For lunch, I think it's economical too. For about $7.25, you can have a good, healthy lunch with a bowl of soup.
Wow.
Then dinner, yes, we attract a lot of younger dates to families. A lot of people from the playhouse. So the crowd is very mixed, but you know, younger ones tend to go out more weekdays than other crowds. So that's always help us.
Sure, sure. Well, certainly Teak Thai Cuisine and Sushi is part of the entertainment scene here in Cincinnati. It's the best spot for after or before a show and a great date spot, and certainly the best for a business lunch.
Everyone from Exxon TV, please come down to Mount Adams to come and dine at the Teak Thai restaurant and enjoy some Thai food and some sushi.
We just wanted to thank JD Legends again for having us out to the Warrant LA Gun Show. We had a great time. This entertainment complex is amazing. You've got to check it out. We bowled a few rounds. We had some amazing food. They have a sand volleyball court, their summer stage. It's awesome. You got to check it out for yourself.
Celebrate, celebrate another day of living.
Well, we're very unique because of the variety of entertainment that we have here with bowling, volleyball, bar, karaoke. We do a lot of different things all in one place. You know, we always have something going on. Live entertainment, Fridays and Saturdays, acoustic artists. We have music going on, national artists, anywhere from 8 to 10 national artists each year.
The concerts here are different. You're up close. They have VIP seating, club seating. You're right in the mix of things.
We are in Franklin, Ohio, but when you come out here, you feel like you're in Florida.
I think that's very unique in having the outdoor volleyball during the summer, with also the blending of the concerts.
JD Legends has been open since 2003 in Franklin, Ohio. It was a old 24-lane bowling center, and we turned it into an entertainment complex that has volleyball and national concerts, arcade and a sports bar, so it's an all-in-one entertainment facility now.
There's a lot going on here between volleyball and concerts and bowling, the bar.
You can do anything. You can have dinner, you can go to a country concert, you can play volleyball.
We love JD Legends! We love JD Legends!
Horsepower on the X with Amish Steve, brought to you by Kill Care Raceway.
Guys, it's Amish Steve, Horsepower on the X on TV. We are here at Buckman's D&D Harley Davidson dealership. You will not believe what we got going on here today. Hey, it's Amish Steve, Horsepower on the X. I'm here with Mandy and Nettie from Buckman's D&D Harley Davidson. How are you?
Honey, I am fine. How are you?
I am happy. Thank you. I'm great. I am happy to be here with you today. We're doing the Rusties, and go ahead and tell me the rest of that.
All right, it's the 24th annual Rusties ride today. Rusty Shearer was a former employee of Buckman's D&D Harley Davidson. Actually, it was Buckman's Harley Davidson when he was employed here. And unfortunately, he was killed in a motorcycle accident on his way home from work. We do this ride in memory of him every year. And this provides Christmas gifts for needy families that are served by the Greene County Combined Health District.
I'm sure that is it's probably hard for some of the people that may still be around, and the family comes out to this, I imagine, and looks like from outside the community is really involved into this. They bring their bikes, and you've got a nice packed house outside, so kudos to you, and awesome job for doing it for this many years. And how many years personally have you been involved into it?
I have been involved in this now for 11 years.
11 years. She doesn't look all that old, so she's hanging out with Amish Steve here. We're on the X, and I'm with Mandy and Eddie at Buckman's D&D Harley Davidson, and there's a lot of exciting events coming up. You want to tell us about some of that stuff?
Absolutely. Okay, so November, I believe it's the 7th, very first Saturday, we are going to do a Stuff the Truck for the troops. Bring your items, things that we can send, preferably not chocolate because we don't like to send that overseas. It likes to melt when it gets there. So we take this stuff, we send it to our troops overseas, give them kind of a bright holiday. And then of course you've got your Black Friday sales, or I should say the Black and Chrome's giving. That's we like to do it here. And then of course our biggest event of the year is always the second Saturday in December. It is our Christmas open house. We have pictures with Santa, we have gift wrapping, we have 15% off licensed products. It's a huge day, it's a lot of fun, Christmas spirit, and what else do you want for Christmas besides a Harley?
That's right. Hey, I'm just have but one question. If I dress up as Santa and come in and play the part, can I ride, in fact, that red Harley Davidson right over there?
Oh, absolutely.
So there you go. Ho, ho, ho. Mandy, what do you say? Let's give the folks at home an X.
Hi, I'm Clinton Fields with Sterling Construction. I've been serving the tri-state for 22 years, and this home behind me is an example of what I can do for you. Sterling Construction replaced the siding, gutters, soffit, and fascia. So let us bring your home or business to life. Call us today for a free estimate or visit our website. Sterling Construction, creating the home of your dreams.
We are ringside right now at Bone Crushers Pro Wrestling Training Center. I am here right now with one of my idols, my mentor, the legend, the man, Roger Ruffin, the man that does it all. Roger, thank you so much for being part of this. We know a lot about the training. We know about your popularity with refereeing across the country for the WWE. What a lot of people really want to know, and they've seen you at WrestleManias, they've seen you on TV. How did you come to be a referee for the WWE?
Well, actually, I started refereeing very early in my wrestling career. You know, I actually started wrestling in November of 1983, and I actually started wrestling in the first part of January of 1984, and that just happened to be because I was in the right place at the right time. You know, that goes for all walks of life, being in the right place at the right time. And the World Wrestling Federation, which is now called the WWE, was in Cincinnati, and back in those times they used to have a wrestling commission. So when the big wrestling promotions came into town, they had to abide by the rules of the Cincinnati Wrestling Commission, and then the Cincinnati Wrestling Commission always appointed the referees. And when they came in at kind of time, they were short a referee, and I was friends with the wrestling commissioner, and he said, "Would you like to be a commission referee?" And that was my opportunity, and I was in.
So I want to bring up how I came into contact with Roger. I was only a year into the business, so I knew nothing. And I happened to see a sign at Peel's Palace, the world famous Peel's Palace, known for the wrestling around the northern Kentucky area. I saw that there was a show going on. I showed up, little old Chris Harris, and I remember being introduced to Roger and telling him that I had probably...
You lied.
I did.
You lied.
I lied. Twice as many matches as I had really had. And just begged to be on the show, and you know, he welcomed me and brought me into the first show the very next month. And I've heard you tell the story many a times about this little skinny punk kid.
This little skinny punk kid come walking in and said, "Sir, I want to be a wrestler for you." And he's a good-looking young guy. He was a real good-looking young guy. And I said, "Good." I said, "I think I can do something with you. We're going to put some weight on him and get him bigger and see what he can do in the ring." I said, "Man," I think I can make some money with this guy." So his rear wrestling ability was okay. It was all right, but we got him into Bone Crushers and we got him polished up a little bit and got him going a little bit. We taught him a few things, right and wrong, and it was history from there on after.
I can always remember anything that Roger was trying to teach me or educate me on. If I had to question it, which you always keep your mouth shut, but if I was ever questioning it in my head as to why are we doing this, I don't think it's really going to go good, you know, I might not look good in the fans' eyes. You know, 20 years later, you know, you start to realize where it all was coming from, you know, and it was a good thing that I listened to him the way I did, because that's what helped me become what I did and take my career to the next level.
Well, you know what's important to remember is they're all the wrestling fans, they watch wrestling on TV and they see the lights and they see the glitz, but they don't know where it starts. This is where it starts. Yeah. You know, it's a lot of hard work, and Chris was willing to put out that hard work. He was willing to get into the gym here at Bone Crushers when it was hot, really, really hot in here, and train for hours and hours to hone that craft, so you could be in front of the big lights one day, and it takes a lot of work.
But it's not even just that. A lot of people are going to see a lot of the physical training that you go through, which is very demanding and very rugged. But what you don't realize until you're into the business a few years is at least as much or more psychology than it is the physical part of it. And you don't want to accept that part, but as you start to learn and you start to put it out there into your matches, you start to realize that, you know, hey, this business is just as much psychological as it is physical.
Well, yeah, you know, in this great sport, just as in many walks of life, you have to be a smart person, you have to be a good person to succeed, and usually the cream rises to the top.
Now, thankfully, I was talking about how it all goes full circle. Now I can be on a different side of the camera. Now we can take a look at what you go through every week. We got, you know, all these new trainees. You know, we never know who's going to be the next star. I know I like to come see, you know, how these guys do with the physical part of it, and again, learning the psychology. But you know, I come down and check out the students once in a while. And
who's going to be the next Chris Harris? Who's going to be the next Abyss? Who is going to be the next Roger Ruffin?
Have you liked our Facebook page yet? Well, I sure hope so, because we've got some exciting news for you. If you're an artist, entertainer, performer, we want you on the next episode of X on TV. And it's really easy. Just head over to the Facebook page, like the page, then submit your video, and who knows, you might be on the next X on TV.
Guys, we're here at Kenwood Theater right here in Cincinnati. These gentlemen to my left here, we got Jim Amatulli, great filmmaker here in Cincinnati. How you doing, Jim?
I'm doing well, thank you, Don. This is Chip Werner, Henry Chip Werner, good friend. I've known him for about 5 years now. 5 years. We were introduced by a mutual friend, his childhood friend, George Verkamp's his name, and we've been working on his film project of his life, his story, primarily as an undercover cop in Massachusetts during Whitey Bulger's reign, and he was unfortunately set up by Bulger and was taken down with some other folks. Chip has been cooperative as heck, shared a lot with us, a lot more than I'd share. Tell us when you became a Massachusetts State Cop.
Yeah. I joined in January of 1968 from Cincinnati. I went to McNicholas High School.
Tell us about, what was it like? I mean, we just seen this film, Black Mass. What was it like watching the film and this is your real life story. What was it like? What was going through your head as you're watching this?
I thought it was done very well. So many of the people, like my informant in the movie Halloran, he was a big strapping guy, much bigger than me and about 60 more pounds, but they had him as a real small guy, but he was probably the best informant I ever had.
Now, what did you think about Johnny Depp playing, Whitey Bulger? What did you think about that role?
Marvelous. I wouldn't even know. If somebody didn't tell me who Johnny Depp was playing, I would not have known.
Now, Jim, you got to tell us, what's it like working with Chip and writing this story? I mean, this is exciting stuff.
Well, when we first met, I was impressed with Chip, and I've read all the books on this crime era because I like those kind of stories. So when he started talking, I knew exactly who he was talking about. I don't know what you thought of me because I knew all this, but so I was into it right away, and to actually know someone who was involved, I couldn't believe it. Plus, Bulger hadn't been caught yet. Sure. So that's the other thing I'd ask Chip. Where did you think Bulger was all those years?
I had no idea, but I personally thought he would never be brought in alive. That was my feeling. They would kill him before they ever bring him in.
Now, Chip, we were talking a little bit before we started filming here, and you were telling me about Bulger's girlfriend. And you said you were kind of shocked that they didn't put her in the film. Tell us a little bit about her.
Well, his lifelong girlfriend wasn't in the film at all, and I was shocked because I believe that's how they caught Bulger, is through his girlfriend.
And now, when is this film coming out? Are you working on that now?
As soon as I get another $500,000. But no, it's a big budget film because it's a period piece. It's set in the 70s, 80s. His unfortunate dealings with the judicial system was around 84 was when you were convicted. And that story, very briefly, is he was ready to indict 42 bookies when he was undercover in Brockton, Mass. And just as he wrote the affidavits as the indictments were getting ready to be brought down, he gets indicted for stealing cocaine from an evidence room, which he didn't do. Lie detector said he didn't do it. But unfortunately, the whole thing was set up against him because the money flows through the bookies. That's the cash cow back in the 80s, at least.
Now, Chip, I have to ask, you're probably the only guy in Cincinnati who's met Whitey Bulger. I got to ask you, what was that like, first time you ever met Whitey?
He was a very, very pompous person.
Well, I think one of the things is his most direct contact frequently was with Brian Halloran, who's in the film briefly. It's an episode that they kind of played with a little bit because you have to as a filmmaker. But Chip was a good friend of Halloran's for certain reasons, which he'll explain, but at the same time, this guy's a hitman. So I always found that a unique relationship, and as it evolved, he'll tell you what happened. Go ahead.
The morning I drove up to Halloran's house because I knew just where he lived, and when I got up there, he came out and told me he had to go to Boston to pick up some money. Somebody owed him a couple $1,000, and it's well worth him going in. Well, at that time I had court. I was in the middle of testimony in a case involved in Barnstable Superior Court, so I couldn't go. Otherwise, I would have drove him right to the spot. So I drove him to the bus stop, and he took the bus stop, took the station around 10 o'clock in the morning, and that's the last time I ever saw him. I get a call from Jack Towsey, who introduced him to me, that he got gunned down in Boston.
And this is the guy that Bulger shot, am I correct?
Yes.
In the film, guys, so pretty interesting stuff.
He was convicted of this murder in his trial as well, of Brian Holleran. So it's an interesting occurrence that he could have been in the car with him that day.
Guys, Black Mass, Chip Warner, Jim Amatulli, thank you for coming on Exxon TV. Chip, now you're a big guy. Look at this guy. He is a big guy. Would you want to meet this guy on the streets? I don't think so. Guys, stay tuned right here, Exxon TV, The Life of Riley. Warner's turn coming to you.
Hey guys, sorry show's over, but don't worry. I'll be here same time, same place next week, and I'm sitting down with LA Guns. Don has taken us to the Fitton Center for Performing Arts. Chris has given us the Bengals report, and Sean and Steve, well, we're in for a big surprise. It's Sterling Construction's Exxon TV. We'll see you next week.
Sterling Construction's Exxon TV thanks you for watching. Join us next Friday and every Friday as we shine the spotlight on you, the Tri-State.